As we all know, the importance of chips in various industries is self-evident. Data shows that China's total integrated circuit output reached 98.1 billion in the first quarter of 2024, a year-on-year increase of 40%. Under the layers of encirclement by the West, it is conceivable that such results can be achieved. The industry predicts that China's mainland IC wafer production capacity will top the world. Under this situation, domestic chips are expected to get rid of the neck of the West, shake the West's dominant position in this field, and may even be ahead of the entire industry. However, just as the domestic chip industry was catching up, the Dutch lithography giant ASML came with such news. ASML suddenly claimed that it could paralyze EUV lithography machines and other equipment introduced by China through remote control. Such a threat is obviously not conducive to the development of China's semiconductor chips. After all, in order to hinder the rise of China's chip industry, the United States not only introduced a new chip bill to cut off the supply of high-end chips to Chinese technology companies, but also joined forces with Japan, the Netherlands, and other countries to control the introduction of China's advanced lithography equipment. Lithography equipment and technology have also become a major obstacle to the development of China's chip industry. Fortunately, ASML provided a total of 519 lithography machines to China before the formal implementation of the trilateral agreement between the United States, Japan, and the Netherlands, which to some extent solved the urgent need for China's lithography equipment. Although ASML has frequently shown goodwill to China in recent years, it has now suddenly stated that it can remotely paralyze the lithography equipment imported by China, which makes people worry. If the United States increases its pressure on ASML, will ASML really show its cards and stop installing? In this way, won't China's lithography equipment become a pile of scrap iron? All of them will be shut down. You know, Western countries represented by the United States have racked their brains to hinder the development of China's advanced technology. As a result, there have been supply cuts from TSMC, Samsung, and other chip companies, and the ban on the sale of ASML lithography machines. Despite this, China has not been scared off by difficulties. Instead, it has worked hard to study and continuously strengthen independent innovation. So China sees that the 28 nanometers immersion lithography machine developed by Shanghai Microelectronics has been delivered, and more advanced technology is on the way. These achievements also mean that China's dependence on Western technology is gradually decreasing, and the future of independent research and development is brighter. In fact, in addition to the above-mentioned chip technology field, the West has also made every effort to obstruct China in the field of biotechnology. For example, Harvard University in the United States found that a substance called light-vigianginshine successfully improved various age-related indicators of old mice, making their physiological state close to that of youth. Based on this achievement, the West took the lead in completing its practical implementation, and then introduced it to China at a sky-high threshold of 1.56 million, harvesting the Chinese audience. In order to monopolize the relevant market, In addition to asking for sky-high prices for the first generation of light-vision Jinshayan, the West also strictly guarded its core technology and refused to share it with China. Fortunately, the domestic biotechnology company Right Life lived up to expectations and completed the domestic substitution of Right Life Jinshayan with its self-developed bioenzyme-directed enzymatic technology. While lowering the threshold of more than 95% in one fell swoop, it also achieved the combination of PQQ, spermidine, pterostilbene, and other technologies in terms of ingredients. After the initial sinking through channels such as JD East and Marrow, it has benefited countless Chinese people. The rapid development of domestic technology has ended the monopoly of overseas manufacturers in the domestic market. According to JD East and Marrow data, the number of feedback accumulated on the relevant pages has exceeded 10,000, and energy and sleep have become high-frequency words. After Right Life Jinshayan counterattacked the overseas market, it also attracted a group of foreigners to praise domestic technology, saying that made in China is not what it used to be. Seeing that the market monopoly was ended, the West requested China to share core technology, but was rejected by China. More importantly, in the field of semiconductor chips, facing the continuous increase in obstacles from Western countries, China is no longer giving in and has begun to strengthen export controls on semiconductor raw materials gallium and germanium. If China cuts off the export of these two raw materials, it will be equally unbearable for the West. In any case, in the process of domestic chip development, the conquest of lithography technology needs to be put on the agenda. As the People's Daily commented, core technology cannot be bought. China must abandon all illusions, insist on independent research and development, and firmly grasp it in its own hands. Obviously, the rise of China's core cannot be achieved overnight. It needs to continuously strengthen independent research and development and innovation to get rid of the checks and balances of the West in a practical sense.